Today, we're going to dive deep into what's actually being built on the Cardano blockchain. We're cutting through all the hype, all the noise, and looking at what real projects are doing right now to shape the next chapter for this whole ecosystem. You hear that word all the time, right? Building. But what does it really mean to build in crypto? Is it just about launching a new token and calling it a day? Or is it something more? We're going to explore that exact journey, from a simple idea to creating these complex, interconnected economies. And you can feel the energy is pointed way into the future. I mean, take the team behind a new token, BETFI. They're not just thinking about tomorrow, they're straight up telling us they're gearing up for 2026. Right there, that's our first clue. Building is a long game. Then you have the more established players, like the Titans project. Listen to their language. Institutional scale. That's a huge signal. It's about evolving from a cool crypto project into something way more serious. Way more ambitious. And finally, the team at Perps, they just put it perfectly, simply. They're leveling up. And that's really the theme of what we're seeing. It's a story about evolution, about growth, and about getting more and more sophisticated. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with how new things get created, then look at how projects have to adapt to survive, then explore how they expand to build entire economies, and finally, we'll look down the road to 2026. Okay, so every ecosystem has to start somewhere, right? The starting line is always the launch of new tokens, new projects. It's that initial spark of creation that gets the whole engine running. And the scale here can be absolutely wild. The new Betfi project, for example, is kicking things off with a supply of 200 times billion tokens. Just the act of creating these assets, that's the essential first step to building anything at all. But it's not just about minting a token and walking away. And this is what's so interesting. This slide shows you the human side of it. You need clear communication. You need community managers on Discord. You need a process to actually get these tokens to your early believers. It's a whole logistical operation. So as more and more people decide to launch their own projects, this really clever opportunity pops up. It's the classic pick and shovel strategy. You know, during a gold rush, the people who made the real money were the ones selling the tools. In crypto, it's the same idea. Provide the infrastructure for other people to build. And here's what one of those pick and shovel businesses looks like in the wild. A project called Melting Moons offers custom minting, staking, marketing support, basically the whole toolkit. They're not trying to be the next big meme coin. They're selling the essential gear to everyone else, which actually makes the entire ecosystem strong. But launching is just chapter one. If you want to survive for the long haul in this space, you have to adapt. You have to evolve. Standing still is just not an option. Take a look at the Snek project. On the surface, yeah, it's a PFP, a profile picture project. But the real story, the interesting part, is how they're taking this digital image and adapting it into something way, way bigger. Snek recently did a massive rebrand, and they had one singular goal: go global. They're changing their brand to appeal to everybody, not just crypto people. They're targeting TikTok, YouTube. They're talking about merch, toys, consumer goods. This is how you make the leap from being a niche crypto asset to a brand that people actually recognize in the real world. And it's a similar story with the Perps project. They are totally revamping their core feature. They're moving away from a simple staking platform where you just lock up tokens to a whole new system built around collectibles and gamification. And this isn't just for looks. It's a strategic pivot designed to get users more deeply engaged and to build a model that can actually last. Okay, this is where things get really fascinating. Because after launching and then adapting, the most mature projects, well, they don't just exist in a vacuum. They start building these interconnected systems, creating their own little economies inside the bigger ecosystem. A perfect, and I mean perfect, example of this is the Titans project. They used to just invest in other protocols, but now they've made a huge strategic shift. They're not just investing anymore. They're building their own infrastructure from scratch. And what's so brilliant here is the relationship they're building. It's totally symbiotic. They're building a new DeFi platform called Atlas. The fees from Atlas, they flow back to the people holding Titans. And Atlas creates new ways to earn yield on Titans' assets. See? The two projects are literally designed to feed each other, creating this powerful, self-reinforcing economic loop. This is what advanced ecosystem building looks like. So we've seen projects launch, adapt, and expand. But what happens when you take all these individual plans and lay them out side by side? Well, a surprisingly clear picture of the future starts to take shape. You have the Perps staking platform rolling out now. You have the Betfi token distribution coming up. And then you look further out to 2026, and you see the Atlas protocol shipping its first product and the Titans project releasing its full investment plan. It's like all these different independent teams are all building toward the same moment in time, creating this incredible sense of shared momentum. And all of this leaves us with one final and really crucial thought. We've seen projects launch at incredible scale, adapt to become global brands, and build these complex, interwoven economies. The ambition is just undeniable. The roadmaps are all laid out, so the only question left is who's actually going to deliver.